we're going to be making some baked macaroni and cheese, a real American classic.
We want to start this off by getting a big pot filled with at least 4 quarts of water to a boil, and we want to add about a tablespoon of salt to this. It flavors the pasta as it cooks, it helps the water boil faster, and I think it helps the pasta cook more thoroughly too. So we got that going, and once this comes to a boil, we got 2 1/4 cups of small elbow macaroni. Just pour that right in. And then what we're going to do here is when this comes back to a boil, we're going to set a timer for 5 minutes. We want this just a little bit undercooked. We want it done on the outside, but on the inside still kind of firm. So we have our pasta drained and we rinsed it in cold water. Now we're going to make the topping. And what you want to do here is just take 3 slices of firm whole wheat or white bread. The idea is to get fine breadcrumbs. I'm going to put these in a small bowl. We're going to make a sauce. And we're going to start by bringing 3 cups of milk to a simmer over medium heat. It's a good way to start it out, but you always want to watch this and make sure it doesn't scorch. So just kind of keep an eye on your milk and whisk it a little bit if you have to. And while that's simmering, we're going to take 5 tablespoons of butter, and in the same pot that we cook the pasta in, we're going to melt that. Okay, so when the butter is nice and melted, but not too hot, you just want it to get it melted. We need to take 2 tablespoons of butter.
Let me give you a hand here.
Thank you. Out of the 5 here. I'm going to add that to the breadcrumbs. We just want to get that butter all mixed into the breadcrumbs the best we can. So then we have 3 tablespoons remaining here, and we want to take 3 tablespoons of flour and just slowly whisk that in to the butter. You want to keep this kind of in a light color right here. We don't want it to brown up at all. The idea is to get a really smooth texture. All right, now you can take your milk that we've had simmering and slowly add it to the roux. With the milk being warm and the flour being warm, they're tempered and they're not going to lump up. So we got our sauce all made here. What we want to do now is just add a little seasoning. I like to add about a teaspoon of salt, about a 1/4 teaspoon, or a few grindings anyway, of black pepper, and just a couple little grinds of nutmeg. And then, one of my favorite, just a little heat, but we'll just do about that. And then whisk that in real nice. Now we're ready for the drained pasta. Beautiful. Just want to make sure it's all nice and blended. So now we need to add about 2 cups of cheese to this. We want to save a little bit out, but go ahead and add about 2 cups.
This is my favorite part, the world's best cheddar.
So now we have this all well blended. We're going to take about a 1/3 of this creamy mac and cheese right here. Basically, you just want to cover the bottom of the baking dish. Then we'll hold this over here where you give me about a 1/3 of the cheese.
A layer of the cheese. Alrighty, there you go.
Looks great.
Next.
We'll go back to our mac and cheese.
Can I hold that for you?
That'd be great, thank you. I'll take this.
And I'll do this.
Just our last layer of creamy mac and cheese. Okay, so now we got a little bit of cheese left, about a 1/3 probably, and we want to take our breadcrumbs that we have the butter in as well and just kind of mix that together. This is going to be our topping. And just spread it evenly on top. This is a great recipe and it's a lot of fun to make. Okay, so we have this all ready for the oven. All the breadcrumbs are on top, and we just want to put it in the oven at 375 for about 20-25 minutes or until it's all brown on top. Let's take a look. Nice and piping hot too.
Ooh la la. Smells great.
There we go. Classic mac and cheese.
For these and other macaroni and cheese recipes, visit us at cabotcheese.coop.